right, guys, let's get to our next topic here. It's brought to us by Game Time. We've all been there before, logging on early and waiting forever for tickets to go on sale, only to lose your spot that you've been waiting in line for. Live music, live sports, live comedy should be about making memories, not dealing with the stress of ticket shopping. That's where Game Time comes in. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier than ever. Prices actually drop as it gets closer to showtime, and you can save up to 60% off with killer last-minute deals. Take the guesswork out of buying all your tickets, concerts, sports, whatever. With Game Time, download the Game Time app, create an account, and use promo code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off your first purchase. Once again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed.
I got an example.
Shoot.
When I was in Toronto, before my trip to Toronto, we had bought tickets for the Wednesday night game, which we went to. Thursday morning, my son says, "Dad, can we go to the game today too?" And I said, "All right, let's consider it. Let's see what the ticket prices are." So I did, honestly, and I'll be truthful. On Wednesday, I did not use the Game Time app. I just bought off the team website. But on Thursday, I went to the Game Time app and I looked for what tickets they had available. And the places I wanted to sit, the tickets were I think they were like $180. And I said, let's see what happens as it gets closer to the game. The game was at 3 o'clock. So at 10 in the morning, the tickets I wanted to get were like $180. By 1 o'clock in the afternoon, they were down to like $130. That was $50.
Dang.
And we were getting 3 tickets.
$150.
And I said to my son, let's wait like 10 more minutes.
There you go. There you go gambling again.
And they went down. So how about this? They went down to like 120. I was saving $60 a ticket. I'm like, I'm going to buy these. Somebody beat me to it by like a minute. Right?
And now.
So I went back on again. I found other tickets that had been even higher. They had started at 200. They went down to 130, and I'm like, all right, let's jump on it.
Was they same quality?
They were actually better.
Oh, wow.
But I hadn't looked at them originally because they had been even more expensive.
Wow.
But they went all the way down to 130. I saved $210 by waiting, using the Game Time app, and we sat behind 12th row behind home plate, and I spent essentially 40% less. Roughly, that's a huge difference.
I want courtside seats with Game Time, man.
Let's go.
It is cool.
You see the prices dropping as it goes, and you're like, "How long should I wait? How long should I wait?"
We like all our sponsors. Some have more like practical use for us than others.
It was
Game
huge.
Time genuinely works, and when they say prices go down, the closer it gets to tip off, first pitch.
It's true. I'm telling you,
it
it's 100%
really does work,
accurate.
and that is a great.
So could you go to the stadium, right? Could you just go to the game?
Yeah.
Have the app out and be like, going down.
Yeah.
Buy now. Hey, I'm here to get those tickets.
We were right there. We were at the stadium.
Not
right at the stadium, but close by.
That's fine.
We were close by.
It takes probably 20 minutes G, for you to get your tickets.
Yeah.
They take it from someone else, but
it was like 10 minutes, maybe.
So maybe not at the door,
but sometimes it might take a little longer.
Right.
We were close by. We were like in the vicinity, and it was great. So great use, and it obviously cost nothing to download. So
yeah,
and
check
it was
out
very
Game Time.
efficient, very easy to use. So I give it a double thumbs up. All right.
Has the official stamp of approval from Adam the Bull. All right, guys. So before I sent out this topic, I made my own graphics of who I thought would be locks in the Browns wide receiver room.
Yeah.
This morning, and I wish I had talked to Zach Jackson prior to doing that, Zach Jackson put out his projected 53-man roster locks, who's on the bubble, who's not.
Okay.
Coincidentally, Zach Jackson and I both agree that there are currently 4 locks in the wide receiver room for the Cleveland Browns. Those 4 locks right now, according to both me and Zach Jackson, are Jerry Jeudy.
Did you co-sign that?
Cedric Tillman. Well, I would have put his name on the graphic, not per McNuggets. It would have been McNuggets/Zach Jackson. But he agreed that these 4 are all locks. Jeudy, Tillman, Thrash, and Bond. Now, in his article on The Athletic, and I recommend you guys go read it, he breaks down all 90 players and who he thinks is on the right side of the bubble and the wrong side of the bubble. He had these next players on the bubble, because if these are locks, that means everyone else is on the bubble. These are the guys that I thought were on the bubble fighting for those 2 final receiver spots. The Browns have historically kept 6 receivers in the Andrew Berry regime. Deontay Johnson, DeAndre Carter, Gage Larvadin, who I pronounce his name wrong every time, and I apologize.
I thought it was
Caden Davis.
Laverdane.
And then Luke Floria, who we had to
Larvadin.
mention, he's on IR. He will not be part of the initial 52-man roster.
It's
so you
Gage
can kind of take him
Larvadin.
Why is he even on the list?
because it had 5 bullet points, and I needed to put a 5th person on there.
Okay.
So
To me, Deontay Johnson's gone. I don't know. He was part of the reason for that Dylan Gabriel interception.
Yeah, he's
it's worth mentioning on Deontay, so I want to go around with each of these. Zach has Deontay Johnson on the wrong side of the bubble as of today.
Isn't Carter a return guy?
Yeah.
He is. He's 32 years old, which is another thing
Shout
I
out
wanted
my
to
boy
ask.
DC. Still doing
Is it
his
worth,
thing.
on such a young team, keeping a 32-year-old returner who has very minimal actual receiving experience?
I mean,
What's it-
your
you know
5th
what-
and 6th receivers, how often are they playing on offense?
You know what makes
Never.
You know what makes this interesting?
Yeah.
Isn't Isaiah Bond a returner?
I don't know. You would know better than me.
I feel like
Well, he go-
I feel
I
like
would look it up,
I feel
but
like
I
he
don't
may have
think-
returned.
He the fastest dude on the team. He returning. It's Madden. He returning punch, kicks, reverses.
If he
slot
if
fades.
he indeed took some like returns,
Yeah.
I'm worried.
Is Bond going to be ready to play? Like, he just signed. He's been out of the mix.
It's a returner.
I mean, for returns, all right.
Isaiah Bond has 2 career punt returns in his career and no career kick returns in his collegiate career.
Let me ask you
Then
this.
Carter should still be here.
Let me ask
My
you
boy
this.
DC should make it.
I mean-
Because that's messed up. If you can't cut DC, if you ain't let him play these first 2 games, and then now you gonna cut him. Like
Yeah,
that,
he's
that's,
going to be.
That's kind of messed up.
You'd like to have a veteran return guy.
Yeah,
I think.
like that'd be kind of messed up in my personal opinion, and that's bad business by the Browns. Like if you was gonna cut him or
Yeah,
you
let
wasn't
him
gonna
play
keep, you
and
should have let him
then-
play
and-
these first couple of
and
games.
you gave him that fly number 2.
Well, there was a story behind. Did I tell y'all? I talked to him when I went to the Browns.
No.
So him and I talked because like me and him played together at the 49ers. And I brought it up. I was like, they mad at you over this jersey number. He said, bro, what they got to realize, what people don't know is I was here first. So like when I first got here, I picked my number. This is before the draft.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I had number 2. He said when we drafted Shador, I walked to Shador and asked him, hey, we this the NFL. We do certain things a certain way.
Yeah.
What you want? What you gonna give me for this 2?
Yeah.
He said he didn't want it. He said I just rock 12. So
Yeah.
he said, all right, well I'm gonna keep 2.
Yeah, he told her, listen, we weren't mad at him like that. We weren't mad
So
at him.
everybody get off my boy DC,
We
bro.
weren't mad at him. That's how it worked.
Yeah.
Hey, Shador said, hey, listen, I'm a 5th round pick. I ain't got the bag like that.
He would have probably been happy to take the bag for giving up
Oh,
the 2.
listen, I'll give up. Listen, anybody want the last name G. Bush? I'll give you. Let's make a deal.
Let's go. Mike, put up that list again.
Of the potential guys,
Yeah.
Steve, 320 when you get a chance.
So I'm with Tyvis. I think Carter's on the team because your 5th to 6th receiver, one of them is usually a return guy. Mm-hmm. And then I'd go with one of the 2 young guys, and I'd move on from Deontay.
See, this is hard. I like Gage and I like Deontay. Gage is a guy that, for some odd reason, all backup quarterbacks love targeting him. He's been really good. He's a rookie from South Carolina, right?
Davis
had that 2 times, and he like a burner.
and he kind of fast.
Yeah.
Sneaky fast.
But see, one of them going on practice squad.
I think they're gonna try to bring Floria back. They might.
Floria on IR.
He's hurt.
Yes.
So
Well, you can't put guys on IR yet, can you?
No, Floria got waived with a
Injury designation.
Yeah, so
Then you get hit with that one time.
all right, so let me
There you
explain.
go.
Let me explain what that means. So in the NFL, if you get hurt like in a game or you get hurt with a team, they can cut you, but they can't like physically be done with you. See, in the NFL, a team can only move on from you until you're healthy enough to play in a game. So he will be on IR until he's physically able to
So
play
he still
football.
gets paid.
Yeah. So like if for me, I got hurt in my last preseason game against Dallas. I pulled my hamstring.
Yeah.
I rehabbed there for a week, and I got a game check.
Yeah.
Like once the season started, I got a game check for that.
So if they were going to cut you, it actually helped.
Oh, if you in the last preseason game, tear everything. If you ain't gonna make it, tear something.
So they gotta keep paying you?
Yeah. You get paid game checks until you healthy.
Yeah.
That's why, don't stretch. Go out there and try to pull something. It was the greatest. That's how I ended up getting my pension because
That puts you over the top.
Yeah, with
right?
Dallas,
Yeah.
so the pension works. You got to do 3 years and you got to get 3 games in the 4th year to get to 4. So after 3 years, I was with Dallas. I got hurt in the last preseason game. I got cut, but I had to stay on IR. So they said, you know what, we're gonna sign.
Yeah.
We'll do a deal with you. They said we'll give you 4 games. We'll give you 4 games.
So you got a pension?
Oh, that's what I'm telling you. So
You got it because you got those 4 games.
So they was like, we'll settle with you, and we'll give you 4 games. I
That got
said,
him his
so
pension,
wait,
yeah.
so does these 4 games count towards the pension? They said, yes, it does.
Oh, listen. Hey,
Look,
hey, shout out.
I'm like this. Come on, get me back to the crib. I do it at the crib.
Shout out to Tyvis's wife, man. She about to get that crazy wedding now. I didn't even know this. I didn't
Yo.
even. That pension, I know he got the pension like that.
Yeah.
I was feeling sorry for Tyvis. I said, man, he was close.
So Florio, although you might be sad for him and all these things, like he's still getting. If his injury is that bad and it lingers into the season, he will get some game checks.
Does
Okay.
anybody think they should keep what he said? He thinks Deontay's gone.
Yeah, so Zach, in his analysis, had DeAndre Carter on the right side of the bubble.
Yeah.
He had the 2 rookies, Gage, Lavardian, and Caden Davis on the bubble, and he had Deontay Johnson on the wrong side of the bubble.
Right. So, in other words, DeAndre Carter's going to make it, and then the last spot's going to go to either. Although it's possible, by the way, especially if the Browns end up keeping 4 quarterbacks,
They only
maybe they
keep
only
5.
keep 5 receivers.
Yeah.
Because you could probably get both those guys onto the practice squad.
Probably. So
Yeah.
you could. That's why I said you could keep Johnson if you want to do it. If you want to roll that route.
Right.
But,
No, but they could just keep Carter as their 5th receiver, let Johnson go, and put both those rookies on the practice squad.
Let's talk about Johnson for a second.
Yeah.
Because I think earlier in camp, we all assumed he was a lock.
I
Yeah.
did.
And it was only if it was like he did something kind of stupid off the field that had been
or was
his
a bad
track
teammate.
record. Exactly.
The things he's had gotten in trouble for.
But
in the
it
past.
feels like from all the reports from camp the last 2 weeks, based on what we saw, he played against Philly. He was, like you said, involved in the interception that Dylan Gabriel threw. We think ran the wrong route. Or
He ran it too shallow.
Yeah. Are you surprised that even in this wide receiver room that isn't loaded with high big name talent, that he hasn't been able to separate himself as a guy that must be on this team come week 1?
No. How could you be surprised, right?
He's at trouble at other spots.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about receivers. Like, sometimes I think what happened is when he had a year with Big Ben. I think it was either his last year or the next to last year, where Deontay Johnson was low key like the number 1 receiver.
Yeah. He was a Pro Bowler.
Like, and he was getting spoon fed. And so when you get spoon fed these catches, you start to be like, it's like you could tell a difference between Jerry Jeudy when he came here and Jerry Jeudy now, right? Mm-hmm. You make the Pro Bowl, you're a receiver. You on a whole nother, you getting in all the restaurants now. It's different. You be like, yeah, I'm him. And I feel like he kind of got bamboozled a little bit because he didn't know he just had a good connection with Big Ben. And when he was done, his production went to you know where.
Yeah.
So then it was like, oh, well, y'all going to have to put up with the stuff I do. And they're like, no, you're not really fast. You're not really that, you're not a burner. You better go ahead and get in where you fit in. And I think that kind of messed him up a little bit because he started doing stuff. I'm like, come on, bro, you know you can't do that. You're not him. You're not Jamar Chase or T. Higgins or somebody or Justin Jefferson. So I think that kind of got to him a little bit, but he ain't really showed me nothing. And he should have known what type of time it was when old boy came, Isaiah Bond. Like when they gave him guaranteed bread and they got him for free. See, the Browns, they do this. People, we talk about it a little bit. The reason they go get these dudes is because they be like, listen, you know we be missing on people anyway. So we be missing. So these is free picks.
They sign every player that has trouble.
There's free picks.
I don't love
it's
it,
free.
but it is free.
Like, because you'd be like,
I don't know why they guaranteed him. I mean, I guess it's not a lot of money, so I guess
they like, oh, look,
It's $1 million per year.
Yeah.
that's an extra pick we didn't even have. They got Josh Gordon that way. They got Kareem Hunt for free. They get everybody for free. So they like, when they got him, and Jamari Thrash, by the way, been balling too. Look, Jamari Thrash act like he want to be on the roster. When that happened,
Yeah.
and you know how Andrew Berry loves his guys that show anything that he drafted, Deontay Johnson was immediately expendable.
Who's going to play?
That's
we
that's
know
what-
Judy and Tillman are going to play.
See, that's what I was going
Is
to say.
Jamari Thrash the third receiver? Like, Bond just got here.
That's
I don't know
it.
if he's playing much
I
on offense.
Thrash
literally
is
was-
1,000% the third receiver right now.
Yeah,
What's that?
So you
Thrash
telling
is
me
1,000% the third
So
receiver.
you
Yeah, we don't
telling
even know
me
if he can
when
play.
they play the Rams this Saturday, the starting lineup is going to, because it's a dress rehearsal. They
Yeah.
treat this like if this was week 1. That's why I was going to say whoever was in at the slot is going to tell everything.
Yeah.
If James Thrash is in there, I
Yeah.
mean, excuse me, Jamari
Thrash,
Thrash.
yeah.
I was
James
like,
Thrash
dang.
is a great wide receiver
Hey,
from
shout-
Philadelphia back in the day.
Shout out to a
him. Yeah. If Jamari Thrash is in at the slot, yeah, Johnson's gone.
Yeah.
That's it. So we'll have the answer on him literally. Saturday.
And that's like, I mean, if Cedric Tillman and Jamari Thrash are your second and third receivers,
And
that's
then-
a lot of hope right there.
And then when you talk about the two
a
young
lot of
guys,
proving.
we talk about
Yeah.
those two young guys. If
Yeah.
you want to know which one potentially can make it, pay attention to the gunners on punt. First team punt team. See who.
Yeah.
If one of them at gunner, they make it
Yeah,
this
they're
in good
roster.
shape.
Yeah.